Dan Pigott.
And I'm Dale McGauran. You can also call us Double D. We're going to do a video series on the questions we get asked the most and hope it makes your buying or selling real estate a little bit easier to understand. This is our first video as Vancouver Best Homes, and to make it a little more interesting, you'll be entered to win a lovely dinner for two if you take just a moment of your time at the end of this video to rate us.
We're going to start this series off with probably one of the more popular questions that Dale and I receive, which is, what is the property transfer tax and how do you calculate it? In addition, we're always asked whether this is an expense that can be rolled into a mortgage or if it's a separate closing cost, such as a home inspection.
Yes, it is an extra expense that you really need to consider when purchasing a home. I think you'll find this interesting that the property transfer tax was actually set up 26 years ago as a so-called wealth tax. Anyone that bought a home under $200,000 was given a break, and they only paid 1% of the purchase price. Anyone purchasing a home over $200,000 was considered wealthy and paid an additional 2% on the balance over that $200,000.
And finally, can this be rolled into your mortgage? Generally speaking, no. This is an additional closing cost that must be paid along with your down payment.
This has not changed in 26 years, which if you think about it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Dan, why don't you show them how this has changed?
Absolutely, Dale.
So if we take a small home in central Lonsdale, let's say 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, that home in 1987 would have sold for approximately $150,000. So you would have been paying roughly $1,500 in property transfer tax, or PTT. So as we all have known, the market has changed significantly since 1987. So now you would be looking at about $1 million to purchase this same home, which would cost you $18,000 in PTT.
What we think is unfair about this arrangement is that anything over $200,000 is considered to be a purchase by a wealthy individual, according to this tax, which is ridiculous given the fact that the real estate market has appreciated so much in the last 26 years, and the parameters of this original tax have not been changed. They remain the same. And besides, $200,000 is not even, you can't even buy an entry-level condo for $200,000 in most parts of Greater Vancouver.
So, the Real Estate Board of Greater Vancouver finds this property transfer tax unfair as well, and has launched a campaign to raise voter awareness of the need for the next government to reduce the property transfer tax. And we would love you to support this campaign. You see our buttons that we're wearing here today, and you could also like the Facebook link that's below, listed below, and further details and links can also be found on our website, vancouverbesthomes.com.
And don't forget to visit vancouverbesthomes.com to rate us on this, our first video together in our new series, to be entered in to win a dinner for two.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.